Hello and welcome to another video, and today we're finally starting my F1 My Team career. My game's finally arrived, so I can finally start it as I accidentally knocked the analog stick there. My apologies, so let's get straight into this. So do you want the challenge of entering into Formula 1 as a new team? In My Team career mode, you'll start from scratch as the 11th team on the grid, building up your team in order to create a lasting legacy. Being both the owner and driver will have its unique set of skills. You'll have to perform both on the track and behind the scenes.
Welcome to My Team. Here, you'll experience the world of Formula 1 not only as a driver, but as the owner of a brand new F1 team. First things first, let's choose your character.
So I quickly whipped up this character just beforehand, kind of named Biker number 72 as we always do. None of the faces really look like me, so I just kind of picked that one.
Now, let's set up some of the key details of your new team. We'll start with an easy one. What name would you like to give the team?
Right, team name then. I think we'll go with Biker Racing for this one.
Nice. Now, some kind of income stream is critical, so we need to sign a primary sponsor.
So let's see which sponsors are available then.
Our primary sponsor will pay a signing bonus to the team up front. This is vital to cover the early investments we need to make. They will also provide valuable weekly income for us. Each sponsor has a goal that they want the team to achieve. If we hit that goal, the sponsor will pay us an additional goal bonus.
So then, these are the sponsors we've got. There's quite a few, a lot more than I actually thought goes further off the screen. So let's have a look then. So this one's 4.2 million for the sign-in bonus, both of these. This is 4.3, 4.6, 4.7, 4.9, 5.1, 5.2. So obviously the signing bonus gets more as we get up. The weekly income, 218k here, 230k for this one. 224k, 241k, that's not too bad. 235k, that's pretty good. 241k for this sponsor here as well. So obviously they've all got goals as well. So the goal bonus, 2.5 mil, 3.2 million, 4.37 million, 4.02, 4.02, 3.56 and 4.25 and 4.83. But you've got to have a look at the actual challenges and think about how feasible they are. So for this one, we've got to score 25 Constructor Championship points, which over the course of a season is only 20 races, so we'd have to score in every race. I can't see that really happening with a brand new team, so probably not. 5 points finishes during the season, that could be possible, especially at the latter half of the season, or if there's some crazy races, 5, you could definitely pick up 5 points finishes. So this one here is earn 5 Constructors Championship points, which is a little bit easier, I guess, although if you got 10th every time, then that would be the same. So distort then. Finish 8th or better in the Constructors. Well, there's 11 teams you got to take into account, so you've got to beat quite a few teams there. You've got to beat 3. So I think that's a bit unfeasible. This one's 2 points scoring finishes, so there's not a massive difference here. And the weekly income's actually slightly higher on this as well. I don't know if that would actually make much of a difference over the course of the season, but that's looking like a good. This is looking good, this one here. So this is 15 Constructors Championship points. 10th or better in the Constructors. Complete a full season. Now that's obviously the easiest one to get. You're going to get the goal bonus, unless you just give up the career mode halfway through. I think I'm going to go with this star one here, so we're going to go with that.
Now we've got a budget to work with. Our car won't be going anywhere fast without a power unit. So let's sign a power unit supplier now. We need both performance and durability from our power unit, but we also need to balance the books. We're going to have a lot of other areas to invest our cash into.
Right then, so Honda is 2.3 million, Renault is 2.7 million, Mercedes is 3.4, and Ferrari is 4.1. So obviously this is based on previous years, not this year, because the Ferrari power unit is the best by quite a way, but that's ridiculously expensive, 4.1 million. The Mercedes, it's a little bit worse, obviously still a really good engine, especially reliability wise, still really, really good. Performance is only a few points down on the Ferrari as well, so after a few upgrades you'll probably be around the same, and it's substantially cheaper. However, 3.4 million is still a lot, so it's really between the Renault and the Honda, I think. A lot of people have been picking Honda, and I think someone asked me to go for Renault, so I'm thinking about maybe going for Renault, but then Honda it's still quite a bit cheaper. That's the thing. You're saving 400,000 here, so I think I've just got to go for the Honda just to try and save as much money as possible.
We almost have all the key partners for our team now, but we still need a teammate for you.
So teammate then, this is going to be quite an important signing because we're obviously going to be alongside this driver for I don't know how long, for probably quite a while.
These are the drivers available to be your first teammate. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, so consider everything when deciding who to hire. Drivers earn acclaim based on their performances. When a driver earns enough acclaim, they will level up. The higher a driver's level, the more acclaim they will earn for their current team. And remember, the faster the team levels up, the faster our income will increase. The higher a driver's experience, the more resource points are earned to spend on vehicle upgrades. Racecraft is the driver's skill to effectively complete overtakes when opportunities arise. Awareness shows the driver's ability to avoid errors and incidents. Pace describes the driver's ability to set competitive lap times. Rating is a summary of the driver's overall skill level.
So then, who we got then? So we got Nikita Mazepin, Juan Manuel Correa, Dorian Boccolacci, Luca Giotto, Callum Ilott, Jordan King, and Antoine Hubert. So I forgot that Antoine Hubert was actually in the game. So we've actually got a decent selection here. I remember seeing on the poll, someone commented that they didn't want me to use Schumacher because everyone's been using Schumacher. Well, I can't even use him even if I wanted to because I've not got the option. I was hoping that maybe we'd have the option to use Mahavir Raghunathan, kind of just for a laugh, but we haven't got him, so it's probably a better idea picking a decent driver than picking one for a laugh. So I think I could go for the cheapest option, so 1 million. I think I could go for 1.5 million. So we need to really pick who is the best out of these guys. So obviously Giotto has got an extra acclaim level. His awareness isn't too high, but his racecraft is the best. His pace isn't the best out of everybody's, but his racecraft is good. His experience is pretty good. So I think I'm going to go... Oh, no, actually, he's 1.5 million. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's probably why he's better than these other guys. So let's have a look then. So we've got Juan Manuel Correa, 53 racecraft. That's the best racecraft. And he's got the second best pace. Boccolacci's got slightly better pace. But I think I'll go with Juan Manuel Correa, especially bringing in a driver with an American license into the sport as well would always be nice, so we'll do that.
Like we can afford this power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
So then, spending on the money, the power unit and the teammate contract, looks like we're going to have 1.3 million in the bank then, so let's confirm this.
Let's select or edit the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
So this is the livery then. I think I'll just skip over this bit for the video just so it doesn't get too long. I'll show you the livery once I've finished designing it. So then this is the car I've come up with. Gone with the red and blue design. I might change it again because we get to use the sponsors a little bit later on to sort of pick their positioning and their colours. So I might change it again to suit that a bit better.
Now we need a badge for our team branding. Select an existing badge, edit it, or create one from scratch.
So this is the team emblem then that I've decided to create here. You have to just pick the emblem and then sort of the background. So I went for R just for racing. I did a bit of blue, bit of red just to match the car, and then a green sort of background because I just thought that actually kind of goes with it quite nicely. So if we can find an opportunity to maybe put some more green somewhere, that would be good.
Last but not least, we need to pick team colours for the rest of our branding. You'll see these colours throughout HQ.
So obviously we want the red. We can actually go for the blue and the green as the other colours. There was actually an option just to copy the livery colours and it actually goes really well. So I might actually get rid of the green circle in the background of the emblem.
Great, that's everything we need. You can go back and edit anything we've done so far, and we'll come back here at the start of each season. But if you're ready to go, hit advance to head to Team HQ, and we can start our push to the top of Formula 1.
So there we go then. We've chosen the team colours, we've chosen our teammate, we've chosen the car, we've chosen the power unit, we've chosen the sponsors, we've chosen a lot of things here, so let's advance into the Team HQ now. So we get to pick the season length. I'm going to go with a 422 race season. I might change it maybe for future seasons depending on how well the series goes and stuff. If we're developing too quickly, then I might do shorter seasons so that we don't get up the order so fast. So these are the settings that I've gone with then, so just so you can have a look, just so you guys know what settings I'm using, what assists and things like that. I don't really use many assists, I only use medium traction control. I should probably put anti-lock brakes on because I always lock up so much, but I'll leave it anyway. And I've gone for 92 Master because I'm not that great at the game. Well, I've not played 2020, I've not done a race yet, but I wasn't that great at the previous ones. That's around the difficulty I usually use, between 90 and 95, maybe 90 and 100. I'll turn up the difficulty if I start doing too well, don't worry, but that's just what I'm going with for now. So here we are then with a Will Buxton interview.
Okay, we're live in 5, 4, 3.
Hello folks, and welcome to the HQ of Formula One's newest team. We've been invited backstage to gain an exclusive insight into what could be one of the most exciting entries in the sport for many years. Now, we've seen a number of new teams enter the sport over the last decade, amongst their number Manor, Caterham, HRT and of course Haas. And while some have proved to be successful, others have morphed into different teams and some have disappeared completely. What marks this team out, though, as being something different is that its owner is also its driver. Now, there's a rich history of that in Formula One too. Sir Jack Brabham, John Surtees, Graham Hill and Bruce McLaren all drove their own cars in the sport, but it has become increasingly rare in recent years. What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula One, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books. Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
So then, we've got to pick his answer here then. So I think I'm going to go, this isn't just about me, it's about my team, and I'm 100% behind them, because that just seems like the best option. Obviously these two are both pretty good. That one's more of the showmanship answer, I suppose, but I'll go with this one.
Every team needs two drivers, but what was it that drew you to your teammates?
So then we've got to pick why we chose our teammate. I think we can see what they've done on paper, and I see a lot of potential, because that's why I picked him. He was the best for 1 million.
No one aims to finish bottom of the table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat?
So we've got to pick who we're going to go against. So Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri, Haas or Williams. I think I might set my sights on Haas, because they're also obviously quite a new team, so I think that's who I'm going to set my sights on.
How are you expecting the car to feel out on track?
Right, so I think this is part where we can choose what the car starts off being best at, so I think probably straight line speed would be the thing to go with. Although it doesn't look like we've got it, so I'll go for chassis balance.
The other teams now have years of experience, both on and off the track. How are you planning to catch up to them?
Okay, here's another section there where we can pick a different area, I guess. I think we're going to go with the ERS system, because obviously that is a big part of this game with the overtake button and stuff, so that's what I'm going to go with.
Overtaking is a key part of this sport. How have you ensured that your car can take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way?
So again, we can also talk about the power here, we can talk about the chassis again. We can also talk about reliability, which I think is probably a thing to go with here, because I always go through gearboxes a lot, so I'm going to go with reliability.
And finally, which of your new departments are you most proud of?
So this is where we really big up the department. So aerodynamics, perhaps the biggest part of Formula 1, what our team has achieved in such a short time is a miracle. Attention to detail the chassis department has had an inspiration on the whole team. Our durability department has been really proactive in testing. They can catch problems before they even become problems. Or our power unit department really hits the ground running when we took delivery of our engines. They've done a great job. So I think I'll go with the engines, because obviously we are using a Honda, so it is the worst engine in the game right now.
Well, that's about all we've got time for here. We will see how this fledgling team fares in its first Grand Prix.
Okay, great, thank you. That's a wrap.
Great interview, boss. You nailed exactly what the team's been working on. When you've got time, check the R&D tree to see our current progress and where we think there's room for more. And while you're at it, why not take a stroll around HQ and check on how the team's doing?
Here you can see your team's balance. Your sponsors will give you cash each week and extra bonuses when you complete their objectives. These are your resource points. You use so it's the same as last year, sort of the R&D. Acclaim. This is your team's acclaim level. As this increases, so does your income from sponsors. Many of the top drivers won't consider moving to a low acclaim team, so get out there and prove yourself on track before approaching them. So then, here we are in the HQ. That is obviously our HQ with the R logo and then obviously the team colours, which matches the car. The car's still under the blanket, obviously it's not been revealed yet.
This is where you can view our current facilities and the effects they're having on the business. You can also invest some of our cash into upgrades for these facilities.
So these are the different facilities then. So what you can upgrade, so the fabrication, Not really 100% sure on what that is. You can shut down a facility. I've just noticed that at the bottom. I'm not going to do that, but that's quite interesting that you can do that. Maybe that just saves money because obviously it costs weekly. So I suppose if you were in big trouble money-wise, you could potentially obviously shut down somewhere to make money. So you can decrease the build time. You can make the failures less frequent. So you can also make the resource points you gain more for that department. So at the minute we gain 20 from each. Actually, no, we don't get anything from the personnel. So maybe that's worth looking at. I don't know whether you just get nothing from that or it's just because we haven't done anything with the personnel yet. So we also get 60 resource points from the powertrain because we're already actually level 1 on there because we obviously bigged up that department. So that is quite important, but that does now cost 15,000 per week. So overall then we get 120 resource points and the weekly running cost is $30,000, so that's quite a bit. So obviously marketing and personnel, there's nothing on there yet, so we'll have to have a look at that in a little bit. So here's the R&D tree then. So vehicle performance, we're actually better than Haas and Williams already apparently. So that's quite interesting. Let's have a look at the R&D tree then. Look at the powertrain. We're actually doing quite well on the powertrain, so obviously Aston Martin Red Bull Racing and Scuderia AlphaTauri Honda, the fellow Honda powered teams, down at the bottom there. Then we're also ahead of McLaren and Renault, but we're behind Williams. So we're behind all the Mercedes and Ferrari powered cars, but we're ahead of all the Renault and Honda powered cars, so that's quite good there. Having a look at the chassis, we're better than Alfa Romeo, Williams and Haas. I think that's because we also bigged up the chassis in one of the question answers there. Although on the aerodynamics we're also ahead of Haas and Williams, so we've come into the sport and we're already better than Haas and Williams in like every area. Durability, we're basically the same, I think, there as Red Bull Racing and Scuderia AlphaTauri. Obviously, I did mention one thing about the durability, which I think has put me slightly ahead of both of those two. But before, other than that, we're basically the same as them. So can we buy any upgrades? We can, actually. So let's have a look. Where should we upgrade? I think, again, just the engine is so important. In the game, the engine makes the biggest difference. So I think I'll put one upgrade on the engine here. So it's got a 30% failure chance, so that's quite a high chance of failure, but it will come on Thursday the 12th of March if we develop this upgrade, so we'll put an upgrade on the power unit there. And then on the chassis we don't have enough research points there for anything on the chassis. We don't have anything, I just call them research points, they're called resource points on this game, aren't they? But nothing for that as well, and same with the durability, although durability's already got a few upgrades on there. So let's go over to the vehicle then. Oh, so this is the screen where you control the tyre allocation, the gearbox. I think it's because I looked at the word weekend as I said it. So I started to say W. So obviously also the power unit. So we're probably on this screen quite a bit, looking at our durability. It's not been great so far. Corporate, this is the sort of sponsor section. There's a sponsorship, contracts.
This is the driver market. From here, you can see pertinent details on each driver in the sport. Compare them with each other and add them to your watch list. When the contract negotiation window rolls around, this is where you will approach any drivers you wish to hire.
Right, so obviously this is fairly self-explanatory. It's just sort of the screen where you hire people. We have got a mod on for the Mercedes black suits, black gloves, black helmets, black car and things like that. I've got a couple other mods on as well for the McLaren and the Racing Point, just to put the Racers 1 logos on there, I think. Obviously these are all the F1 drivers, and I'm guessing all the F2 drivers are here as well. So this is the finance screen then, so obviously, so far I've done 1 week, so you can't really have a look. Finance history, that's not really important, and then customization, but we have already done that earlier on in the episode. And then this is just the drivers' standings then. So rivalries. Rivalries are a big part of your Formula 1 career. When you go toe-to-toe with another driver, you put your reputation and claim on the line. From time to time you may get asked about another driver in the press conference, and it's in your best interest to raise your profile with the rivalry. There's a set number of race weekends in a rivalry, and the driver with the highest score at the end will be declared the winner. You can get rivalry points in qualifying and the race, outperform your rival to get the highest score. The winner of the rivalry will get a boost in their acclaim. If the rivalry is a draw, both drivers get half the acclaim. So obviously right now we haven't got a rivalry with anyone, because again we've not done any races. And then this is just my driver's stats where everything's 0 because we haven't done anything. Right, so that is all a big overview. So sorry if I wasted a little bit of time on that, but to be honest, for me, I didn't even know what all the different areas were. I wanted to have a look at that. We actually didn't check everything on the overview, so have a look at the activities.
It's important to use the time between races to the fullest extent, and that's where these activities come in. Manage everyone's time as efficiently as possible to maximise the team's performance.
When you're managing your team, it's important to manage how your time off the track is spent. Team activities allow you to schedule various events while you're not at the race weekend. These activities will earn you various rewards from cash to acclaim, so it's always worth checking to see if you can squeeze any in. You should fill as much free time as you can with activities to get the most rewards. If you want to fill time quickly, you can use the autofill feature that will automatically populate the timeline for you. And then the messages tab. Your career mailbox, available from your workstation. The mailbox is the principal means by which your team and others will communicate you through your F1 career. Messages can contain important and useful information about a wide variety of subjects, including weather reports, contract updates and more, so be sure to check your mailbox between each session of the race weekend. The next thing to do will be to advance time then. So actually no, we don't need to advance. First of all, we actually need to set the activities to do. I don't want to advance straight to the car reveal, that would not be a very good idea then. So what have we got? Going to sign an activity. So we've got pre-season driver press tour. That takes off 30k but brings up 500 acclaim for the driver. Pre-season merchandise sale, that's 500k for the team. Pre-season advert, alright, so that brings up 500 acclaim for the team at minus 50k. Driver training camp, that brings us up 250 resource points and also brings up all of Correa's stats by 3, so that's quite important there. We've got a power and durability focus, which brings good morale for the powertrain and for the durability, of course, but then it does take away 15% from the aerodynamics and the chassis, so probably not the best to do that for now. We'd probably only do that if we were going to about to do an upgrade. And aero and chassis focus, so the same thing, just the other way around. Oh, they also both give us 500 resource points. So it's actually quite annoying because we only have 9 days, so we can only do one of these. We could almost do 2, but we've only got 9 days till the car reveal, so that is actually quite annoying. So I think I'll do a merchandise sale then, give us a little bit of money. And obviously we've got 4 days, so we can't fit anything else in. Then we've got the car reveal, and then we've got actually quite a few more days, so actually we can put something after the car reveal. So we can't put either of the durability focuses, but it's okay. We've already done the pre-season merchandise, so we can't do that one again, but we can do the driver tour, which will take off 30k and give us 500 acclaim for the driver. Then we can also do the pre-season advertisement, which gives us 500 acclaim and minus 50k on the cash then. I think for now it doesn't really matter about upgrading Correa right now that he's perfectly fine as he is, so we've not even done a race yet. So I think I'll do a pre-season advertising campaign, and that obviously leaves us 4 days free, but there's nothing we can do, we haven't got anything we can fit in there. So now we can advance.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So we've advanced to the 1st of March then, but I did just remember something, that I went between me doing these upgrades, well, I put the upgrade on the powertrain, I went to watch the F1 qualifying between then and now, and it didn't save me doing the upgrade, so I'm going to have to do it again. We're going to be a little bit behind on it, so we'll develop it, which takes us down to 475 resource points. Obviously we couldn't do anything else, but I think what has happened here actually as well is we've now got these upgrades from Honda, I think, because they're glowing. I didn't put these upgrades on, so I think Honda have actually upgraded the power unit, which is nice. Yeah, power unit, supplier, minor, engine power. So we've actually got some upgrades then here from Honda in that advancement. So that's what the R&D guy was on about. So we'll carry on advancing then to the car reveal. So here is our car, and a little bit like in the new MotoGP game, also MotoGP 20, where you get to have the showroom at the very beginning of every season of career mode. Here is our car then being shown off in our HQ. So then the next big event to happen obviously is the Australian Grand Prix. So we'll have a look at the activities. Obviously still no time before that. What about the R&D? Is that done now? Is this part done? No, that part is still working. So I'm guessing we'll actually have to wait until the race. But it is nice that we've obviously got some components from Honda coming in as well. So then I'll just advance all the way till the Australian Grand Prix now then. So here we are then, Thursday the 12th of March. We need to go to the Australian Grand Prix, but I think that's probably where I'll end things off here. I was planning on doing the first round along with this episode, but it actually seems like this episode is probably going to be a little bit longer than I expected with all the initial setup, going through all the menus and just having a look at things. So that's all we're going to be doing today then. Tomorrow we'll be out with the first race, and then I'll probably bring out the second race a day or two afterwards after that. So I hope you did enjoy this video then, a first look at the My Team career mode. you've probably already seen some sort of video from somebody else, but I only got my game today. So, but like I said, I hope you did enjoy that video. Then I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next video.